Okay, so this absolute unit is a treadle or axle counter. Hello, I'm Howard. I've been in UK railway engineering for nearly 20 years in everything from fault response and maintenance to renewals, project work and management. I don't know everything, but I can hopefully share some knowledge. I wanted to have a look today at this in my sort of theme of railways in gaming at a mod for Minecraft. So I know you can build minecart systems on Minecraft, but there's this mod called the Create mod that I've seen only on YouTube. I haven't played it myself, and it has a sort of more sophisticated train and signal and railway setup than the normal Minecraft game. So I wanted to have a look at this video of this YouTuber called Shalz and see what it's about.
I'm Shalz, and it's time to build some really cool trains with the Create mod. Subscribe. Okay, I don't know if it works, but if I hold the signal... Yes! It splits up into... Okay, so we place a train signal here then, I guess. And then we need another...
Okay, so that looks like the yellow and the green bits. It looks like you can make track circuit sections, block sections. So a block section is the area of railway between signals. So you have a signal here, the block section in the middle. And how that's measured, how that's governed is by usually a track circuit or axle counters or some sort of train detection equipment. Because if that block section is occupied by a train, what you don't want is to be able to send another train into that block section because it will collide with the one that's already there. So typically what you'll have is the block section made up of track circuits or axle counters, and then a signal, and that will stay red until this section's clear. And there's loads of factors, but that's the basic principle. Track circuits being you have a transformer line side in a cupboard, and then you'll have two cables, one positive, one negative, that go to the rails, and you'll have the positive rail and the negative rail, and then the voltage will travel all the way down the rails until it gets to the end of that block section where you want it to be, and then two cables will come off, and it'll usually, for a DC track circuit, end up with something like this. This is a track circuit relay. So the two positive and negative end up on these contacts on the back of the relay. And then this energizes this magnetic coil here, which then that magnetic coil pulls this front bit in and it lifts this armature, this mechanical piece. And then these two contacts here meet, and that's the track circuit being energized when these contacts are met. And that's when there's no train on it. So when a train enters that section, that piece of track circuit, it goes from having positive on one leg and negative on the other leg. Because the train axle is one solid piece, it's like putting a piece of wire between a positive and negative. It short circuits the track. It's designed to be short circuited, but that's what it does. It short circuits the track. The voltage goes to zero because both voltages are touching. So voltage is like potential difference. So the voltage, say, is 7 when the rails are this far apart. When they touch, it goes down and down and down until it's 0 when they're fully touching, when there's a train axle on it. And then when it's been short-circuited, these contacts break. If this falls down and becomes de-energized, and then the electrical signal from that goes all the way back and ends up on the signaller's panel saying there's a train on this piece of track, and it won't. The interlocking then won't allow him to or her to set another train into that section.
So, can we do this? Let's drive. Very good. Now, oh, it's red. Can I turn? What if I... Oh, I held D there. What if I hold nothing? Holy shit. Okay, so I can turn. Okay. What I want to make is a base somewhere over here, and then arms, and then leave them at my base, which is so cool. So what I want to do is I want to have 3 different farms. And then when the trains come here, I want the tree farm, for example, to turn to the right, the wheat farm to go forwards, and the cum farm. Yeah, let's make the rail and the farms, and then we can figure this stuff out later.
Okay.
Here we go.
So I've spotted a little bit of an issue with what he's trying to do with with his station there and those 3 tracks. Let's go back. Okay, so he says he wants 3 different trains to operate on his line and drop things off on these 3 lines, these 3 freight trains. The problem he's got with his signaling system here is all 3 lines, all 3 buffer stops there, they're all the same green track. So the colours in this game, I think, differentiate the track circuits. So what's going to happen is if one train, say, goes on the left-hand line and parks up in the left-hand bay there, then what's going to happen is the signal leading into his station isn't going to allow another train in because all it knows is that the green part is occupied. And it says the green part's occupied, you can't put any more trains in here because it's not safe to do so. So what he needs to do here, I think, is make the 3 individual bays their own track circuits. So make a green one, a yellow one, and a red one, and have a signal at the end of each one. So as one comes in, that will go into, let's say, the left-hand bay, and then the yellow track will then read as not occupied, and maybe then the middle one will set off. So that should be how it works.
And then when the trains come here, I want the tree farm, for example, to turn to the right, the wheat farm to go forwards, and the cum farm. Yeah, let's make the rail and the farms, and then we can figure this stuff out later. And here we go, I guess. Right. Oh, you horse looking kind of stuff. Okay, nice. Yeah, so that's like a bridge. What happens if I hit the horse with the train? Should all turn red when I pass. Oh, they do.
Oh, there we go.
That's so awesome. And schmack, they're all white again.
Do you see? He's figured out the 3-track system for his station. He's obviously figured that out quite early on. So you've got these track circuit sections going that way, and 3 signals. Excellent.
Holy shit, I have created a tunnel. Basically, you hop on the train, you go down, you go first. You can go underneath, and it goes up. It goes really fast as well. Okay, I think I made something here. As soon as you leave the tunnel, I want the tree farm to be on the left, because there's a forest there, and that makes sense. So, to make sure the trains can run on this track, but not on that track if one train is there, but this won't leave this track if there's... Basically, I've made this. So right now, from this position, I can turn to the left because there's no train there. I can also go forward because there's no train there. Now, if I come from this direction, I cannot enter the main track, as you can see right there.
Now, interesting. So not only is red red, it's also a horizontal line. Which is interesting because I noticed that red in this game is horizontal, and proceed, although as well as a different color, is vertical. Now on a signaling design diagram, it's exactly the same. There's no colors on the design diagram, so all you have is a horizontal line inside a circle to represent the red aspect, and a vertical line inside a circle to represent the green aspect. And then, funnily enough, halfway between red and green is yellow, which is a 45-degree angled line inside a circle. So on a signaling diagram, you might get 3 circles or 4, and in each one there'll be a line to say which aspect you should have in that position.
And this should hopefully prevent a crash. That's all.
That was probably made by... this mod was probably made by someone with a bit of railway knowledge, perhaps, that knew that. I'm not sure. But yeah, this signal. So now that he's moved his train to the right of those 2 track circuit sections, It will now allow him to go straight on because the train's out of the way, when previously it was stopping him because the train was parked in front of it. I think if you look there, when he was the other side of it.
But this won't leave this track if there's... Basically, I've made this. So right now, from this position, I can turn to the left because there's no train there. I can also go forward because there's no train there. Now, if I come from this direction...
Yeah, so now he's there with the train on that track circuit section. The signals are red and it won't allow another train to pass. It's pretty clever. This is a good little game. It follows real signaling design principles, and you've got to use real signaling design principles to not crash your Minecraft trains and lose all the resources that you've harvested or whatever. You do have to put a bit of thought into it, because if you get your track circuit sections and your block sections, and especially the stuff around junctions, like here, if you get junctions wrong, that can be really bad. So even in a game, you've got to consider it. No wonder he says create mod trains in Minecraft are confusing.
I cannot enter the main track, as you can see right there. And this should hopefully prevent a crash. That's all I'm trying to do here. I don't want my 3 trains to crash at all. At any time. No crash. Wait! Flap his little wings. All right, now the train goes into here to the tree farm, and then it goes back out onto the rail here. But the problem is, oh yeah, shit, if the train goes over there, it has to reverse all the way back here and then reverse until it gets back there. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to turn the trains around over here somehow. Okay, schedule time. Boom. Add action. Travel to station, T station. Travel to station, T farm. Done. That's basically it. Okay, let's see. Will he sit? Yes. Wait, can I give you the schedule? No way! The dog is driving the train.
Funny.
Let's see if this works. He comes up here. He's gonna go up. Oh, this is awesome. And he turns to the right, and it's red as well because he's here. No, it's not red anymore.
Oh no, there's these ones up here. He's put gantry signals in above the rail on a gantry there, rather than on the ground. That's pretty good. So, and he's just entered that section, so that one's just gone red. Bay number 3.
He's here. No, it's not red anymore. It's red here because he's in here. Okay, and it stops at the station. Turns around and goes to take me to the
signals.
I think we just
signals
see a sheep. Okay, when we stop here, we'll open the door. What the? That's so cool. Okay, so far it is working. It's going really fast. Stressful cat? Question mark. This is nice. Look at this. I have a little cat driving me. We're about to go to the tree farm. Oh, God, it's fast. Okay, so there we go. So I'm gonna turn left there, kill a bunch of cows. So it stops here. Boom, connects, gets the wood, and it's gonna stay here for 20 seconds, filling up logs. But there's one really cool thing that'll happen after these 20 seconds. I think this is the coolest part of everything. It was also the easiest to build. It's this thing right here. Hell yeah, right now we can go over the tracks. Really cool. But as soon as the train gets over here, they go down. And then it goes up. All right, over there.
That's a nice little bit of automation on the level crossing. Level crossings can be operated by track circuit, but a lot of the time a lot of them are operated by axle counters or treadles, which just bear with me a minute. Okay, so this absolute unit is a treadle or axle counter, and this sits in the forefoot between the rails, and these arms here are what detect the passage of the wheel. So this goes up against the rail head, and then as the train goes over, depresses arm 1 and then depresses arm 2. And when that goes over, there's a micro switch inside this box that this contacts. This is heavy. And when it contacts, that's what starts the crossing barrier sequence. It goes back through the cable and clicks a relay in a relay room, and then that begins the sequence of the level crossing lowering in most cases. A lot of it's treadle operated, and also to raise it again. So when the train leaves, what it'll want to see on the way back out is another count of the same amount of axles over one and over two, and it'll want to. A lot of the time, it wants to count the same number of axles in as out. So to check the train's not left a wagon in the station, or one of the carriages has fallen off. Say if 40 axles, 40 wheels go in, it'll want to see 40 wheels go back out before it will allow the barriers to raise. And bear with me another moment. This is the another axle counter, but this is a much more modern one that uses electromagnetism rather than mechanical arms. So it clips around the bottom of the rail on this sort of moving clip, and then you have system 1 and system 2, and these are little magnetic field generators. And as the train wheel passes over, it dampens the current on system 1 and then dampens the current on system 2. So there's two little coils in there that generate an electromagnetic field. And once they're dampened, that's the same as those treadle arms being depressed. It counts the axles in and then counts them back out, and they can be used in place of track circuits. So some areas track circuits aren't really suitable. So you'll count wheels in and count wheels out with the axle counters, like I've just shown. There's many types of track circuit too. There's AC, DC, frequency types. There's a lot to train detection. I might do a video on that later, but I just wanted to show how usually something like a level crossing or a track circuit would be operated.
There is the wheat farm, so I'm gonna see if I can get the other train to move as well. I'm gonna do that when the tree train stops at the station. So here it comes. Let's hop on here and give the schedule
signals
to
at
the
red.
cat.
Let's give the schedule to the
No
cat.
suitable path.
Oh, he's off.
No way! It's going, but it's gonna have to stop. Oh no! It stopped here.
Oh,
That wasn't.
I love you. I love you.
what's happened there? Well, nothing happened.
Jesus.
Didn't crash. What's happened here then? Oh, this is, I see. Right. These, where you've got coming out of each line, there's 3 squares that are the track circuit block ends. The like the joints, if you will, where the track circuits meet. They're far too close to that junction. So when the train comes on to say the right handmost one, it's straddling both the turnout and the main line. So at the juncture where these meet, the train will overhang the end of it, and that's what's happened there. The track circuit's just designed wrong, and it encroaches on the junction. So all he needs to do is move those back a bit, move them back a bit, and then that should be okay. But that's real. That's a signalling design principle of bearing in mind encroachment on junctions and the throw of your train.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, it's going. Shit, I need to catch up with it. The cats are really fast. Okay, here we go. It's going over here. It's gonna keep going forwards. It's gonna turn to the right. It's gonna stop at the station, pick up some of that good wheat, and then after like 15 seconds, it's gonna go again. It's working. Wow. This has taken me 5 hours to make. You don't really think that when you see this horrible farm here. Create mode trains are complicated. I think we can agree on that. But really, really cool. Look at it go. That's amazing. And they're going to share this track with each other. That's so awesome. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go kill a cat. Oh no, what are you doing, cat?
Automated as well, which is really good. Now that's I'd like to have a go at this game. I shouldn't, because if I start playing that game, I might not stop. It looks like a fun game. I don't have a. It's probably only on PC and Xbox these days. But yeah, that was I bet there's a lot that could be done with this. I bet there's more features than we've seen as well. I bet there's scheduled interlockings to let trains out one at a time from different lines, or I bet there's loads of features. The only thing it didn't have really was points and direction setting. I didn't see any means of moving the points other than you probably give the train the schedule. But anyway, it looks like a good game. There's probably a lot to it. I'm thinking about it a bit too much now. I better go and do something else before I end up buying this game. Okay, see you.